Hi Sagittarius, here's a general look at your solar chart for July 2010. Now this is a go-ahead period, and you'll probably be feeling a bit sensitive though at times, weighing things up related to finances, maybe a contract or an agreement or an obligation that you have towards another party, and wondering which is the best way to go. That doesn't mean you won't be indulging your love of travel or long-distance contacts or other cultures, ideologies. These sorts of things may be on your mind, particularly after the 10th of July, and also anything which is artistically intriguing for many of you. You'll have more access, I think, to entertainment, though, in a general way, due to the fact that your ruling planet, Jupiter, is for several weeks in part of your solar chart, which gives you access to more of those sort of enjoyable activities, creative activities, and also romantic activities. So that'll be good news for some of you. A great time for creative self-expression, as I say, for playing at what you enjoy. And this is a kind of a general background aspect. For the month of July in particular, the solar eclipse on the 11th signals that you can make a fresh start. Anything around property, anything around finances, which is shared with somebody else or reliant upon somebody else. Anything around debts due or owed as well, then that includes moral debts. That includes those sort of more the subtle side of debts. And also you can start making new beginnings over these weeks after the solar eclipse in those areas, but also it's an area to do with letting go of elements of the past, letting go of maybe scenarios externally, but also internal ones, breaking bad habits, making better lifestyle choices, that kind of thing. And from the 10th, well, bosses, people in positions of authority, or others that you just are looking up to in some way, are more likely to be on your side. Now, in detail, as I say, your ruling planet is Jupiter. That's in Aries for a few weeks before it backtracks into Pisces. This is going to be a period in general of growth and expansion for you, and it's a good time for you to be, thinking about launching into fresh enterprises, fresh relationships, fresh areas of interest, where you can really shine through what you do, and which makes you feel good, which makes you feel empowered. Also, more contact with young ones is likely, children, and in general you get to bring out the child in yourself more over these weeks ahead, contacting the inner child because you feel relaxed enough, spontaneous enough to do that. But also through your work, what you're doing as well, tapping into that side of you which likes to experiment, likes to play. And also, of course, partnerships. Well, I mean, this bodes well for those, or getting closer with somebody, getting into a new partnership. And this can be on a love level, but it could also be on a more business type level as well. So if you're already in the throes of a long-term partnership bliss, or a kind of a relatively new romance, or getting into one, then this month things may go up to the next level. There can be a gear change there, and you can become closer, understand each other better, get more intimate, and in general feelings will be a little bit stronger. But there's also this feeling of good humour and warmth on tap, and you'll be able to be more spontaneous, really. Now, even though around between the 23rd and the 24th, you may be feeling a little uncertain and inwardly wobbly. So you just need to push through that. So overall, you are driving ahead strongly towards life goals, you know, things like ambitions, worldly ambitions, hoping to create a good image for yourself, good reputation in some area, wanting to present something that you're responsible for or something you've created in the best, most competent way possible, wanting to come up to a good standard in the eyes of others. You know, you will care about what certain others are thinking. So if that's in business, well, that's pretty obvious. But the less obvious way can be that you just want to help others to see, you know, where you're truly coming from. Mars puts you in a commanding position at the helm of your ship, of your life, and you need to keep your eye on the ball despite tempting invitations to party or indulge yourself with interesting distractions or trips. Over the first 3 weeks, you could be feeling pretty intense emotionally at times, just preoccupied with your deeper feelings. You know, sometimes your attention will just drift away from present company, present chores and tasks into this kind of inner world. You just kind of slip away into that every now and again. And it may be necessary as well for you to make compromises or to understand better the way you're sharing with someone or the way they're sharing with you, and mulling over maybe what your joint expectations are. Also, looking at moral obligations to somebody, that can be another situation that's evolving here. Private matters, therefore, are going to draw your attention inwards to the world of your intuitions and feelings, making you a little bit more sensitive, a little bit more listening to the distant drum. And externally, well, I think you'll have finances, maybe property issues on your mind, sort of in the back of your mind, really. And this is going to cause a shift in your position because actually this is a gear change month for you. Now, as I say, the solar eclipse on the 11th, that's going to trigger changes regarding monies, properties, possessions, shared with somebody else, agreements that may have been made, contracts of all kinds, especially related to property and money. And the eclipse energy is just going to allow for change to happen. You need to do that changing. It'll just loosen things up, really. Allowing improvements to be made, fresh starts to be made here. And as I say, it could be something that you know is regularly not working, tiring you out. Maybe it's a habit of your own, or a bad relationship, or whatever it is. Careful to keep a cool head in the last 3 days when the energies are a little bit tricky. Now, from the 23rd, you step into a lighter, faster phase when you will be broadening your horizons, probably making new connections, and for many of you, traveling more. And that's it for July. If you know your rising sign, listen to that too, because it'll put a different slant on what I've said here. And I'll see you the next time.